What's going on, boys? Welcome back to the channel. As you can tell from today's title, we're gonna be going over how the fears we don't face become our limits. But before we do so, you know it's mandatory to go get a pump, so come with me. This is not sponsored, but this is the best pre-workout. If you follow my Instagram at Flossy Cave, you would have already saw I did a training session at Muay Thai this morning. So technically this is my second gym session. Oh yeah, and by the way, I'm not wearing a mic. My mic's died. I'm not waiting to go to the gym for them to charge. So if the audio's a little sorry about that. Honestly, I've never lived in a city, like a city. So it's super clutch. I live literally a 1-minute walk away from Gold's Gym Tampa. You guys enjoyed the gym montage. I'm about to shower, and then we're about to get into the nitty gritty. Hopefully my mics are charged by now. Well, I'm gonna be going over some of the fears that I've faced personally this year alone, and some ones that maybe you're going through in your personal life. So let's get right into it. As you can tell behind me, I'm in my high-rise apartment in downtown Tampa, but I'm not from here. I actually just moved here 3 months ago, leaving behind my home state of Georgia. I felt mixed emotions about leaving. Obviously, I was super excited. On the same note, I was super scared as well. I was scared to leave my friends, my family, and everything that was familiar to me. I built my whole life in one place. It was something in my heart that I knew I had to do. Fear of moving was holding me back from opportunities that could shape my future. But in reality, moving here has 10x my progress and whether I would have stayed in Atlanta. Although it's a great city and I love everybody back home, it just felt like the opportunities were dried up there. The well was dry, if that makes sense. Sometimes you need to leave your hometown in order to grow. There's new opportunities here, and I have a new fire under me to upkeep this beautiful life that I've built so far. And keeping up with rent and the expensive lifestyle that Tampa brings put me in a back against the wall mentality. The way I overcame the fear of moving was just by doing it. Obviously, I didn't just jump right into the deep end because this was a year-long plan. A plan of saving money, a plan of building my business to be sufficient enough to be able to afford the expenses down here, and overall just a plan of getting me in the right mental space to be ready enough to move from home. Having the comfort of my business flourishing while moving down here was definitely a big help. Which leads me into my next topic, fear of failing in business. Starting my first business was obviously scary for me as it was the complete unknown. And that was a business that actually ended up failing. But the fear of failure is honestly more daunting than failure itself. Yes, it felt shitty, but I realized that every successful entrepreneur never got successful off of their first business. It was always their second, third, fourth, or even sometimes fifth business. And I failed many times after my first business as well. I'm on my fourth business right now. However, the fear of failure never stopped me from continuing to try. In my current business venture, which is by far the most successful I've ever been, I remember feeling fearful with what everyone else would think of me if I failed again. Friends, family, The people who knew about my previous failures, what would they think about me? Would they think that I'm insane for trying again? Would they think I'm not capable enough to build a successful business? Eventually, you just gotta ask yourself a question. Do you wanna live your life scared of the opinions of others, or do you wanna go after everything that you've ever wanted? The next big fear that I faced this year was doing a martial art. Something that I've always wanted to do, but I've always been too fearful to do in an actual gym. Every guy thinks that he can fight, but trust me, bro, unless you've trained before, I promise you, you're not winning a street fight versus someone who is trained. Take it from me firsthand. I've been doing it for a little over 3 months now, and there's some real killers in that gym. I remember walking into the gym for the first time and not knowing what I got myself into. The sound of people kicking the heavy bag sounded like gunshots. I wasn't that great when I first got there, obviously, but going twice a week consistently for over 3 months, I've gotten a lot better. And now when I walk in there, I'm way more confident. I think doing a martial art is essential for your self-growth journey, because if you can go get punched in the face, getting told no by a potential client isn't so bad. Muay Thai has taught me discipline, resilience, and consistency, because if I was to miss a week at the gym, my sparring partners would be that much better than me. And the last big fear that I've conquered this year was content creation, and more specifically, this YouTube channel. Because I feel like with YouTube, the viewer sees the real you. As opposed to TikTok or Instagram Reels, it's really easy to fake your lifestyle on there. I hesitated for months. What if nobody watched? What if I got hate? And what would my friends back home think of me? But I realized I was letting my fear dictate my life and my passions, because YouTube is something I've wanted to do since I was a kid. But once I finally hit that record button, it was liberating. It was like I was exactly where I was supposed to be, and I didn't give a f what anyone thought about me. And that's kind of the mindset you have to have. Truthfully, nobody cares. And the fear that you're feeling right now inside about what you want to go for is usually more built up than actually doing that thing. The fear of never pursuing your dreams should scare you a lot more than actually doing so. So I just pointed out some of the fears that I faced this year. What's stopping you from pursuing yours? Whether it's moving, starting a business, starting a martial art, or creating content, you have to ask yourself one simple question: what's on the other side of that fear? I can tell you firsthand, it's everything that you have ever wanted. Something that's really helped me was having a plan for every single one of these fears that I've wanted to face. You don't have to just throw yourself into the deep end with whatever it is you want to do. All I'm telling you is just take that first step. I appreciate you guys tuning back in. As always, like, comment, subscribe, and share a fear you're gonna overcome this year. Until next time, boys, peace.